Welcome to day 279 of our DeSo journey, sponsored by DeSocial World.
Yeah, DeSocial World, if you don't know about it, it basically allows users from other different languages other than English to communicate with one another. And it's an awesome new node. Natter has actually posted about it yesterday. Great. Ada's doing a great job. So keep it up, Ada.
Yeah, and yesterday Natter made a post outlining some of the stuff that's coming in Q1. And he said that there's a lot of excitement for everything that's coming is electric. He said excitement for everything that's coming is electric. And some of those things he talked about were DAO coins, smart services, NFTs 2.0, messages 2.0, more listings, splits for NFTs, and proof of stake. And I think they're all things that the community has been waiting for. DAO coins, that's interesting. So I'm guessing it's going to be like a DRC20 token that can be used in the creation of your own coins for the purpose of DAOs, just like the ERC20 token can be used for similar things on Ethereum. It's really going to be interesting to see how he does this and for how the core team does this, and who uses them and what uses them and what comes of it. I'm sure people are going to come up with creative ideas for how DAO coins can be used, maybe even outside of DAOs. Why don't you wait and see?
Yeah, I'm excited. I think the DAOs are going to be very interesting. Obviously, smart contracts, not smart contracts,
Services.
smart services. That's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to NFTs 2.0, especially since we're working with NFTZ. I think that there's going to be a lot of cool features coming there. I think buy it now. I think the ability to share revenue, which we talked about before, I think that's going to open up a whole lot of ideas around charitable giving, which I'm really excited about because we kind of came on to DeSo wanting to push that forward, and we haven't really been able to do that until now. I think the first quarter is going to be exciting, and I think as we see these new nodes integrate, these new nodes come about, there's just going to be an exponential growth curve, and that's what makes DeSo unlike any other, I guess, social platform, is that you have new nodes coming on, and as a new node comes on, it provides a whole new platform for onboarding people, developers, investors. So nodes are basically spawning exponential growth, and I think in this first quarter coming up, I think we'll see a lot of new nodes spring up and a lot of maybe integration. I think integration is even more important than having new nodes because you bring on people that are already there.
Yeah, and more listings. We'll see. Maybe do we get a Binance listing? Do we get a Gemini listing? We'll have to wait and see. Also, yesterday, Spooky's number 252 sold for 180 DeSo. It was sold by David Howe to Pickle Joe, and it was the Robot Devil. I mean, that's like really awesome, especially for Spooky.
Yeah, so at the time of the sale, it was about $18,000. DeSo's trading at around 100 right now, so it's still about $18,000. It's a great Spooky. It's gonna, if DeSo takes off like we think it will, Spookies is going to be one of the premier series, I think, NFT series on the platform, or at least early on. And I think owning that one would be insanely valuable if that happens.
Yeah, for sure. And Natter said he's going to be buying NFTs soon too, so it's going to be interesting to see when he does that. Yesterday, DeSo, the DeSo account at DeSo, gave an update on referrals, and there's actually a blog post kind of posted outlining all the referral fees that you can collect depending on the country you're in. So all KYC enabled countries can now participate. That's a lot of countries now, like pretty much every country, I think. And most countries are going to be able to get between 10 cents and $1, with some larger countries getting the $1 to $5 referral commission, like US gets the $1, $5 commission.
Yeah, I mean, ideally for people looking to earn from referrals, this isn't really going to make you wealthy. But I don't think referrals worked out the way they hoped it would. I don't think it was kind of the fuel in the fire like they thought it might be. I think other things are going to be that fuel in the fire, and that's just these new features that they start rolling out from the protocol level. I do think that referrals are going to have a are going to be something that are going to help the platform expand in the future. I think they're going to probably have new features that roll out for referrals, new ideas, and all that. But right now, I don't think referrals are going to be a really big influence on the number of new daily active users that are coming on board.
Yeah, I think but we now have the Coinbase listing, so I think that kind of makes referrals a little bit more potent. I guess that's a word you could use, because before, you could earn all this money. You could get, it was $100 at one time you could earn per referral, and then it was down to 25. But you couldn't exactly take that money out in cash. It was hard to take that money out in cash. You had to do it through blockchain or Sendex, and blockchain and Sendex are blocking certain countries, certain states in the US. But now with Coinbase, essentially anybody can take that money out. So, it might be worth another try. It might be worth giving a high referral commission just to see what happens, as long as they think they can get everything under control as far as the scam accounts and the accounts that are signing up just to, manipulate the referral system. I don't know. I think an earn.com listing on Coinbase would be something that would be even more beneficial, because it's bringing people on who want to learn about the crypto, and they get paid to learn about it. So if you want that money, you got to learn about it. And once you learn about it, you're going to probably love the idea and spread that idea. So I think there's different things they can do here. We'll have to just wait and see. Also yesterday, there was an interesting question asked by Nitishn, Nitishn, on DeSo. And it was actually 2 questions. And those questions were, what happens when a creator on DeSo dies? Who takes their money and in the wallet, and what happens to the investments and their creator coin? And, I think maybe we'll attempt to answer that question the best we can.
Yeah, and it's funny because as we're recording this, I see Nitishn messaging me on Discord, like suddenly, like I never even interacted with him or her. I don't know. I'm sorry. But it's funny that as we're recording this, talking about this account, they're actually messaging me. So I think it's important to explore this, because I think in crypto, it's so much different than traditional finances in that you don't have this paper trail. You don't have a bank that can work with legal departments to figure out how much money somebody has and if there's a will and whatnot. So it's important that if you are looking to pass on your crypto, whether it's DeSo or Bitcoin or any other one, you need to provide that information, whether it's the key as with Bitcoin or the seed phrase as with DeSo. You need to provide that in a will. And if you don't do that, if you don't have that information available for loved ones that you want to pass it on to, it's going to be lost forever. So that's important. Number one, keep the seed phrase. Make sure that if something happens to you, that seed phrase can be accessed by the person and they know exactly how to access it and what to do with it. I think as for somebody's creator coin, if they were to pass away, I think that depends. I mean, if you have somebody, let's say it's somebody famous that has produced NFTs on DeSo, and those NFTs are continuing to resell, and those NFTs are generating revenue for the coin holders, that coin will always hold value, because as those NFTs are passed along, it's a percentage is going towards the coin holder. If you're just an ordinary person, you never produce NFTs, nothing you produced will have value in the future, then your coin's likely going to approach zero. Based on how many people still have access to the accounts that they own that coin of, and if they know what's going on. So I think that's the best way we can answer that question.
Yeah, and you're probably going to want to consult a lawyer if you're like setting up a trust or anything. But I think that's all we have for today, and we'll talk to everybody tomorrow.